Hi guys, welcome to this week's swim briefing. Apologies for not having one last week. I felt the need wasn't there, seeing as it was just simply a progression of the swim sessions that you'd done previously. So here we are for this week. The first session this week, if I show you my screen here, is an open water drafting skills session. Okay, so try and get somebody to work with, ideally 2 or 3 others, so that you can work in a little group, drafting off one another. So ideally, obviously, drafting is swimming directly on the feet or on the hip of the person in front. Makes it much easier. Similarly to in cycling, it reduces the effort level that it takes to be able to maintain that position. Okay, so it's really worth practicing, and will really help you in the open waters. Conserve that energy, or to actually swim a little bit faster than you otherwise would by sitting on the feet of a faster swimmer. So it's really worth practicing. Okay. So in this first exercise then, you're going to complete a circuit where each of you and your friends perform one section on the front of the line. Okay, so you're going to effectively a bit like kind of a chain gang in cycling. So you're going to swim along, and then every 50 meters or so, you're going to peel off the front and then drop to the back, and then obviously the person behind you is then on the front. Okay, and you're going to repeat that through. Okay, you do it as many times as you like. Do it for a couple of 100 meters maybe, and then give it a break. But you can do it continuously if you want to, a little bit longer as well. And you should be able to feel the difference when you're suddenly exposed on the front, and then when you get back on the back, it should feel a little bit easier. Second time, you're going to do that same thing again, but each time you do it, what the lead swimmer is going to do is going to push on the pace a little bit at the front. All right, so up the pace and see if the swimmers behind can try and hang on. Okay, be interesting if you actually get some timing doing on this, and to see if you can hold a better pace than you would otherwise if a faster swimmer is swimming on the front of the group. And then finally, what's going to happen is however many there are of you are going to get together in a group, and you're effectively going to start together and have a mini race. So you all set off together, and then whoever's the fastest will obviously make their way to the front, and then everyone else drops in line behind. And then when you get a little bit kind of more confident, you feel a little bit stronger, or it's not quite the right pace for you, then maybe you can try and overtake, and then one of the other swimmers can come and drop in behind you. So it's a little kind of like a mini race. All right. You can repeat those 3 exercises through a few times to make up the time that you have. Say you've got an hour in the lake, then you'll be able to go through that a good number of times, get some good practice in. So hopefully that will give you a bit of open water drafting practice. So I hope you find that useful. The next session we have there is a speed session. So it's the same warm as you've been doing previously. So some bursts of speed, just kind of working up through the effort level, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 for some 30-second intervals as you go through the warm-up. And then an easy 5-minute swim just to finish the warm-up there. And as you can see, the main set, quite a straightforward main set, 6 times 15 seconds fast, and they are properly full gas. Okay, 6 times 15 seconds full gas, and then 30 seconds easy. What you'll notice from this particular session is that all the recoveries are all 30 seconds. Okay, so you should hopefully be able to remember that. So you do 6 15s, 30 seconds easy between each, and then 6 30 seconds, 30 seconds between each, and then 6 lots of 60 seconds, 30 seconds between each. Okay, 5 minutes easy to cool down, and that's it. Super straightforward. So some good injections of speed in there. Hopefully that'll get you working hard. Okay, and then finally this week's threshold session. Same kind of warm-up as we've been doing all the way through. So we're not going to go through that in too much details. And again, we're repeating the warm-ups and making it nice and simple, because you guys, it's difficult to remember all this stuff when you're at the pool. So we're keeping it simple. A lot of the warm-ups are the same as what you've done before. Okay, but the main part of the session, you're going to do 3 times 4 minutes, 8 out of 10 effort. Now, 8 out of 10 effort is like a challenging but sustainable effort. If you've been doing these sessions for a while now, you should kind of know what that effort level feels like. So it's kind of race pace. If you're going to do a standard distance, it's that kind of race pace. But so for a few minutes, it shouldn't feel too strenuous. All right, but you're going to repeat them again and again and again. So 3 times 4 minutes, 8 out of 10 effort, and then you're going to rest for 2 minutes. Then you're going to do 3 times 3 minutes, 8 out of 10. Rest for 2 minutes again, and then 3 times 1 minute at 8 out of 10, and then only rest for 1 minute on the last one. All right, so the first 2, you're going to rest for 2 minutes, and then the last one, you're going to rest for 1 minute. Okay, try and get your head around this before you arrive at the lake, otherwise you will forget what you're doing. All right, so go through that, and then you're going to swim for 10 minutes just to finish off. Swim the first 5 minutes a little bit easier than you have been, so 7 out of 10, and then dial it all the way back just to finish off the swim. All right, so that's the swims for this week. It'd be interesting to get some feedback on how you guys are finding it. So just drop some comments on wherever you see this. So if you see it on YouTube or in one of the Facebook groups, just put a comment and let me know how you're finding it. And feel free to recommend this, because this is going to continue until the world gets back to normal, which doesn't seem to be happening for a while yet. And it's free, you know. So if you want to get some of your mates on board, tell them what you're doing, and get them involved as well. All right. But I hope you found that useful, and I shall catch up with you next week. All right. Take care. Bye bye.